Welcome everyone to the podcast Inner Rebirth, where we think deeply and we express freely, and the conversations which break the box. And today we will talk about energetic constipation that is happening in the collective right now. And now you must be thinking that, what? What are you talking about? I can promise you by the end of this episode, you will have a clear idea what I'm saying and how to shift this. Let's talk about what actually constipation is and why it happens. It happens because we must have eaten something that is very heavy and our system wasn't able to digest that because we did not move ourselves in a way where the different parts of our body could use that energy. And same as with the energetic constipation that I'm talking about is we live in a world where all the information is at our fingertips. We read the books, we scroll the internet, we go on to different podcasts while going on a walk, and there's so much information that we are consuming, and then we are sitting with it. And that constipation happens because we feel so heavy that, oh, I'm very interested in this topic. Because, again, if you're reading the books, if you're listening to the podcast, if you show interest in a particular thing, or number of things, I would say, you know that there's an element in you that connects to it. But what are we doing with this information? That's where the constipation happens. When we are not doing the movement that our body requires, that's exactly what happens. And when we are not putting the inspired action on the things, what happens with the energy? It stays stagnant. And so many of us are swinging this pendulum. Either we get motivated one day and be like, you know what? I'm gonna be the rock star today and I will get so much done, and we kind of attach our worth to the productivity because, oh, I recorded this much today, oh, I did this much, oh, it was such a productive day. Good on you. But can you sustain that? Because otherwise, if you're doing too much of the adrenaline, am I saying it right? Yes, I am. What happens to the body? That constipation will turn into diarrhea because your body wasn't ready for that intensity, right? And on the other side, if you just stay still all the time and waiting on the right moment, which I shared with my last episode, what happens? We stay constipated and we look at the world with the lens of how so many people are putting this effort when I can't even move my body in a way which is aligned with my vision and with my potential. So, how do we bring ourselves to this balance, right? That's where coming back to ourselves is the key. That what is our pace? From a women perspective, I will say that we run on a 28-day cycle, right? We have menstruation phase, we have follicular, we have ovulation, and then we have the luteal phase. And all those phases, we have different levels of energy. If we are trying to put in the effort, like so much effort on our luteal phase, what happens? Our hormones get disrupted, and the feminine energy that we were able to channel in that phase, it turns into a masculine energy. And I'm not saying that you should get rid of the masculine energy, but can you tune into yourself that what exactly is happening in my system right now? And then make the choices. This world demands so much from women to run on a 24-hour cycle, but our body is not able to sustain that, and that's why so many women go through hormonal issues. Personally, for myself, I used to have PCOS, and what we go to the medical system, and I'm not against it, but at the core of it is just a mismanagement of our energy. We either push or we just pull back because we don't have any energy. And when we are in the ovulation phase, we set like this expectations from ourselves that, oh, if I would be just this productive, then I would have this much worth into the society. Ask yourself that, is this how you want to operate? So what I'm trying to say in this podcast, the core message is alignment of your energy is the key to move forward in your life, which brings aliveness, which brings fulfillment, which brings vitality, which brings nourishment. And that constipation that we feel, that we can't move forward with the pace that we are looking at somebody else who is so much ahead of our journey, that's where you start to understand that they are them and I am me. So right now, if you're listening to me, what I want you to do is tune into your body and ask yourself that, am I in the space of receiving or am I in the space of giving? And how can I bring the balance of it just today? Just today. There will be some days, especially if you are in the ovulation phase, you will be more in the giving energy, where you want to put the output, where you want to bring your ideas, when you want to create. There's like so much happening in your system. There will be some days in your cycle or even day to day where you'll be in the receiving mode. And the receiving mode is not just about sitting on your ass and not even relaxing, because so many people think that, oh, if they're just gonna sit and they're gonna relax, that is not relaxing. If you keep on thinking about your next move, what you're gonna do, when your energy will be back, you're not relaxing. How can you give yourself 15 minutes of nourishment? How can you change the narrative in your head that, oh, pausing doesn't mean that my energy will never be back. Pausing means that I am hibernating, right? And let me tell you this. So many of my clients tell me this every single time, that when they slow down, the best ideas to them come. And when those ideas come, they don't go straight away put into the action, because again, that's like a diarrhea kind of situation. They let it marinate. And when that marination happens, they start to channel their masculine energy that, oh, now the inspired action I'm going to take, it's going to be alignment with the idea that I received during my relaxation period. Because again, that receiving it mode is opening yourself up to the God, source, universe energy, that you have the capacity and the capability to birth that idea. And birthing takes some time, right? So as a woman, if you are running on a 28-day cycle, why are you trying to be so productive even in your luteal phase? And I'm not saying that you don't take any action and be like a lazy bum, but your intensity will be different. You, rather than creating the videos, let's say, you'll be just writing in your journal that when I would have the energy, I'm going to be recording about this. maybe 15 minutes, and then you go like a, if you're in the luteal phase or the menstruation phase, you'll be yoni steaming and having dark chocolates and stuff, because the whole idea behind it is living life. Why do you want to live your life as a machine? Because that's exactly how we have been programmed, to be a machine, to be a productive machine. And let me bring that layer again of why so many women struggle with their hormones, because if you're working like a machine, then of course your hormones are all over the place. So before I go, this is what I would say to you. When you come back to yourself, that's where you start to open yourself to live the life which is in alignment with your own energy. The days you need nourishment, don't feel guilty about it. The days when the action energy is there, go for it. And make sure you can sustain it so that either you don't get constipated or you don't get the diarrhea. So, if that is something clicked with you, something that landed for you, I help women to bring the balance of both so that they can step into their soul calling and become the leader and become the woman who doesn't listen to this conditioning that we had and work from their inner world and show up into this world by owning their energy. So, if you wanted me to mentor you, I have my links in the show notes. You can also reach out to me on my social media, Inner Rebirth, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.